Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second video of today's episode. In the first video, I talk about Bitcoin and what it's going to do. So, if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you guys to watch that first before you watch this video, where I discuss how to scope altcoins before they actually pump. So, yeah, I think it's really important for newcomers to understand that everything in the crypto space is dependent on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes up, all coins go up. Bitcoin goes down, all coins go down. If Bitcoin goes sideways, all coin goes up or down, right? So it is Bitcoin is extremely important, right? So understanding where Bitcoin is going to go, or like getting a sense of the Bitcoin's directional bias, is going to put you ahead of most traders out there. So I stress that you go watch the Bitcoin video that I just recorded. It should be showing up on the right side of the video. Yeah, right hand corner side. Yep. Anyways, uh, I am Akash. You can follow me on Twitter at Mangyako, and click on the link provided here to navigate to my YouTube channel, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. I've promised myself that I'm going to be putting out a video every single day, where I educate people on the stuff that I do, basically the trading, how to trade stuff. It could be educational material, it could be altcoin setups, it could be Bitcoin setups. I know well and sure that I'm going to be doing a Bitcoin update every single day, but the second video every day could either be altcoins or it could be educational content, right? So I'm doing a poll. I've conducted a poll, posted a poll where, yeah, so I'm not sure what I should actually do, so I'm taking suggestions from my followers. So please make sure and vote here, right? So like I mentioned, today's topic of discussion is going to be altcoins and how to select them before they actually explode, right? uh, you probably wake up every day in the morning, just check your exchange, whatever exchange you're trading on, and you look at the top gainers, and you think to yourself, damn, I could have longed this coin, and it would have been easy money, right? So I've been there, I've been in your position, and I've tried, I've tried multiple ways to take a look at it, right? One way is just eyeballing the altcoins that show a lot of strength, or just keeping your eye on altcoins that show a lot of strength, and then basically do a TA and see if there are any possible setups, right? Another way to look at it is you use Santiment screener, which I'm going to be explaining in a minute, which is how I actually scope out altcoins, right? And the third way is to basically look at the coins that have been trending for the past few days, and you just draw inferences from them. Although this is a very loose strategy, I'm not even sure if you can call it a strategy. But yeah, crypto, sometimes you just overthink. Sometimes things are pretty simple, right? Lately, a lot of coins with K have been with K, like for example KNC. Uh, what else is another coin that starts with K? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of coins with K have been pumping quite a bit. KNC, Kava, and coins with X like XRP. Those kind of coins are pumping a lot. XTZ. So there are multiple ways to look at it, but I try to approach this problem from a very, I don't know, in a way that I can actually make sense of the things. Like I can boil down the chaos into something that I can assimilate, that I can digest, right? So let's take a look at my method. What I do is uh, I created this screener on Santiment where I filtered out the coins on FTX exchange because that's where I mostly trade, and then I sort these altcoins that have market cap more than 100 million. And once this is here, I sort the coins based on volume. The other tabs that I have are the 7-day change in volume, the 1-day change in daily active addresses, the social volume change for 1 day and 7 day, the MVRV, the 30-day and the 1 year MVRV, and then we have the exchange inflows. Right. So let me just briefly give you an idea about each of these metrics. Volume, as you know, it's the amount of volume that's been traded here. What I've noticed is that a spike in volume often follows a spike in price. Sometimes the price movement is delayed. Like for example, you see a massive uptrend, uptick in volume, and then the price takes a while, but then catches up to the volume. And once you see price forming a higher high and volume forms a lower low, this is a classic bearish signal. It indicates that the price is rallying on fumes and that a reversal is likely. So that is why volume is the most important thing, and that you have to keep your eye on. So yeah, I sort the coins based on volume. Let's take a look at the next one, which is daily active addresses. Daily active addresses is basically the number of addresses interacting with a particular blockchain, right? And a spike in this volume, a spike in the daily active addresses often indicates that users are interested in that particular coin at that particular level. That means a lot of people are potentially investing in the coin at that price level. So if you see a spike in volume and then you see a corresponding spike in daily active addresses as well, that's a double bullish signal, right? And then you look at social volume, right? If the price has dropped a lot, so I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario. If the price has dropped a lot and then you see a spike in volume and then a spike in active addresses and then you see a social volume spike, that means it's a triple bullish confirmation, right? Social volumes can be used to uh, time the tops and bottoms, right? If the social volume spikes after a price is rallied a lot, it means that a local top could form. And if the social volume spikes after the price has crashed quite a bit, that means a local bottom could be forming. So that is how I use social volume, and I rarely use this to spot tops. At least now that the price or the market has been raging for quite some time, I rarely look at these two, right? And the next important one is the MVRV, right? I use 30-day MVRV quite a bit, and it is the most helpful indicator after volume and daily active addresses. Actually, arguably, MVRV kind of takes a second spot. It takes precedence over daily active addresses. I just check volume and then I check the MVRV. So what MVRV does is it basically, to put it very in a dumb way so that everybody can understand, it basically tells you the number of users that are in profit and loss. And how does it do so? It tracks the number of people that purchased particular coins over the last 30 days. Since I'm looking at the 30-day MVRV, it tracks the the average profit and loss of investors that purchased a particular token a month ago. So now it indicates that 13% of the users are at loss. And based on MBA, the Santiment's backtest, right, it has shown that any negative value of -10 to -15% is usually where local bottoms form. And since the short-term holders that bought these coins are at loss, they are less likely to sell, and hence long-term holders tend to accumulate in this position, which is why the local bottom forms. Right now, let's take a look at Badger DAO and the 30-day MVRV just to give you just to show you how to identify local bottoms. Right, so let me just sort this to the last year. So, right, as you can see here, approximately somewhere around -21% is where local bottoms often form. As you can see here, on July 20th, Badger DAO formed a bottom at $6, and then it continued rallying, rallied to $32, which is roughly 5x of what it did, 5x from 21st July. Similar outlook happened here. Price dropped massively, and the MVRV dropped again to this level here, which is -21%. And then the price rallied from $17 to $22, which is a $5 pump, right? So 17, 5 divided by 17 into 100, this gives you a 30% upswing, right? Again, the price dipped way below this, so the next bottom is somewhere around here, which is -43%, right? So you can see a lot of local bottoms form around -20%. And so yeah, that is pretty much how you use it. Right now it's at -13%, which is well above the local bottom, which is -18 or -20%. So in a way, we still have a lot of time for the price to go. And if you look at where the price was, if you look at where the MVRV was on 25th April, which was roughly, it was around minus 13%, right? Very close to the local bottom. So right now, I believe Badger DAO has a lot of upside potential, right? So let's head on over to the Badger DAO TA and see if we can find something interesting. I actually saw this coin in the morning earlier today, and I kind of did a very quick TA. But what I see here is an inverse head and shoulders pattern where this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder, right? That is pretty much it, right? And I've also marked out this barrier here, which extends from roughly $9 to $9.1, right? This level has been a support over here, and when the price finally broke through it, it acted as resistance once, resistance twice, and resistance thrice over here. Once we finally broke above it, it acted as a support for a very brief moment, and then price finally breached under it, and now it's acting as a resistance again. So what I am expecting is for the price to move above this and retest it into a successful support level. Right, let me just take this off. Right, although you can see here on 25th April, the price rallied 25% at one point and then dropped 13%. Right, so the price did not close above $9.1. So I'm expecting to today's candlestick to close above it and then see some sort of consolidation here, which will finally result in an upswing. Right, there are two ways you can trade this. The first way is shown here, where you enter a swing long position and you book profit at roughly $17.5, which is the theoretical forecasting target for the head and shoulders. But considering how choppy the markets have been over the last 2 or 3 months, I generally would be disinclined to take this position. What I would rather do is I would open a long position above $9.1 and book profits at the neckline at roughly $12. This would be a 34% upswing, quite a lot, right? So yeah, this is how I would generally trade this coin, and this is how you scope out coins that have a lot of interest. Now that you've spotted this coin, which has seen a oh, so Dogecoin actually overtook this. Wait, oh, yep, no, Pajot is still at the top. Now that you've spotted this coin and you looked at the technicals, just take a look at the 7-day volume, right? It is not just happening today, and that the coin has is seeing an increase in volume over the last week as well. So now let's go back and take a look at what the volume has been doing. Okay, clearly we have a higher high since April 4th. The volume has been producing higher high. The black lines are the volumes. Let me just take this off so it's easier to understand. So this is a really good outlook for you to see, because the price has breached the roughly April and May 2 month 2 month local top, which is a good thing to see, right? So overall, I think this is a good coin, and I would add it to my watch list so that I can track and capitalize when when it actually flip this resistance level into a support floor. So yeah, well, guys, that is how you scope out coins, right? You do the same thing for the next coin, which is HXRO. There's no futures for this position, so I'm gonna ignore this coin. And then we have Doge, and then we have Mobcoin. I don't really know a lot about Mobcoin, but uh, there's not a lot of data as well. So let's take a look at Mobcoin. I haven't really done any TA on that coin, so it'll be interesting. Oh, okay. So what? Mobile coin. Okay. Okay, so clearly I'm gonna stay away from this coin. Let's take a look at the next one, which is Balancer, right? You've seen it already rally 18% with just 173% uptick in its volume and a 254% uptick over the last 7 days. The daily active addresses have shown a considerable spike as well, the social volume spike as well. You can see the MARV is coming closer to the zero line, and the 1 year MARV is also coming closer to the zero line. right? The exchange inflow has increased by 298% over the last 24 hours, which indicates that people have been transferring the tokens to exchanges. And there are two possible reasons why people do this or investors do this. A, to sell. Like it's clear. Like why do you want to move your coins from your cold wallet to hot wallet, which is the exchange wallet, if not for selling, right? The second reason is you could be using it as collateral, right? So potentially speaking, this could be a this could be investors booking profits because the price has already rallied 18%. And let's take a look at Balancer. Right, so Balancer is also producing a inverse head and shoulders pattern with the neckline being $19. And what you can see here is this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder, which is still in formation. Right, so this is really interesting because we saw a similar setup on Badger DAO, and now we're seeing a similar setup on Balancer as well. Right, so let's do a quick TA. The price has swept below the low formed here on 18th April, which is a classic sign that or a classic setup that I that market makers use to kind of flush the early longs and then move the price higher. If you haven't watched my Bitcoin video, I think check out today's Bitcoin video and also check out yesterday's Bitcoin video for this particular setup, right? So let's take a look at it from a lower time frame. Right, this is a classic. I think a lot of people in the traditional market call this as a total soup setup. So what's happening right now is that the price has moved below the swing low formed during April 18th, and then it's rallied roughly 26%, right? I wouldn't be eager to open any long positions right away because we have a resistance here at $16.6, so there could be a rejection followed by a retracement. So this is where I would be entering long, assuming that actually plays out. This is, yep, I'm gonna be expecting the price to drop to at least $15, $15.45, right? I think 50 retracement level is a really good place to enter long. So this is how I would take this trade. Yep, I think this is a safe trade with 2.09 R and a 25% upside, right? And if you want to play it a little risky, you could, if the price makes a move above this neckline at $19.6, you can add to your long position and book profits at $27.5, which is the target of this head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? So yeah, that is how you scope out coins, right? If you want additional confirmation, right, what you can do is you can go back to Santiment, right, and then you look for Balancer and check what's happening. Okay, there's a nice pump in volume where it has gone above its April spike. Over here, okay, let's ignore the intraday MVRV. The 365-day MVRV, let's ignore that as well. Okay, this is another important metric that you guys need to keep an eye on, which is supply and exchanges. As the name indicates, right, this indicator tracks the supply of balancer present on centralized exchanges, right? And as you can see, more often than not, these if you see a massive downswing in this one, it's usually sellers investors offloading their holdings. Right, as you can see here, the number of balancer tokens on exchanges increased all the way from 27 July to 30th November, and then finally, so between this particular time frame, the price of balancer virtually remained subdued between $33 and $18, right? And when finally a lot of the BAL tokens were sold over here, the price dropped from $28 all the way down to $12, and that's where it is right now. So right now you're also seeing a slight increase in the number of balancer tokens. Where this is increased from roughly $3.9 to 3.9 million dollars to 3.9 million balancer tokens to 4.5 million balancer tokens, which clearly indicates that there is a steady uptick in the number of balancer tokens on exchanges, which could potentially be a sell side pressure. So I'm gonna be cautious on opening swing long positions, like I explained here. For people looking to take this trade up to $27, I honestly I wouldn't take this trade up to $27, right? What I would do is I would wait for the price to head back to 50 retracement level here, and then book profits around $19.5. That is it. I'm gonna close my position and be done with it. So yep, this is how I scope out altcoins before they actually rally, right? So I'm gonna be making a note of Badger DAO and Balancer. I'm gonna add them to my watch list and see how they fare over this week. So if you enjoyed this educational content where I show you how to use a sentiment screener and how to take a look at the overall health of a particular altcoin, please make sure to head on over to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon. Would really appreciate the support from you guys. If you have any suggestions, please make sure to comment them below the videos, or you can just at me on Twitter at Mangeko with a 0 at the end. Right, have a good day. Peace.